Marine Corps with chills. Not only are they talking about invading Holy Land, but also occupying it and turning it into fucking beachfront properties. And then acting like he's doing Palestinian people a favor by snatching them back out of their home after decades of war. They've had 3 wars in the last decade. That land was left to certain people for a certain reason. It is not supposed to be occupied or fucking owned by anyone. Let me just read you something out of the Bible.
Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000 men. The name of this episode is, They Have Appointed the Lord's Land into Their Possession. Right? Because the land of Israel, that whole land of Palestine, Syria, etc., is the land, the ancient land, homeland of Israel, our ancient homeland, and the devil, which is Esau, Edom, has conspired, robbed, stole, killed, to get their hands on that land, and now pretty much they're expanding to make sure they can pick up, all of the land, all of the ancient land that we occupied, Gaza, Palestine, all the Golan Heights, all these places. All right, West Bank, all right. All this is Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, our homeland, where we fled, right, going into the southern kingdom, which remained in Israel. We fled during the time when the Roman Empire was destroyed Jerusalem around 68 to, I believe, 70 AD, right, and it's important to understand these things. All right, important to understand the history, to understand the mystery. And this lady here talking about, speaking about it, Ajaba, she doesn't even know, that she's a so-called black woman, an Israelite, most likely the tribe of Judah. She doesn't even know that the land. She doesn't know that the land, that same land she's speaking about, doesn't even belong to these so-called these Palestinians. So-called Palestinians, which ain't nothing but Ishmaelites, right? Ishmael, that's not their land either, right? Neither is Esau's land, the so-called white man, the tribe of Amalek, who pretend to be us, the small hatters, the Ishers, the Jew to the Ishers, they pretend to be us. It's not their land either, all right? They're all liars. That land is ours, which is the reason why, one of their, I believe their top people, I know whether she was a minister, I can't remember right now, but she said, basically, the biggest threat is blacks in the Americas, roughly paraphrasing. So what does that mean? Because we don't have any military power, military might, no missiles, etc. What's she talking about? She's speaking about this truth. This truth is coming out and they're being consumed. All right? They're being consumed. And this is why they're rushing fast to take over the land, to prove in their mind that they are the people and they have everything, under control, right? But that's not the case, right? They can do what they want. They could knock it down. They could build, but the Lord, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, is going to have his way in the end. This is Luke 21 and verse 24. This is our background. It says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword. This is Israel, falling by the edge of the sword, Yahweh Shai speaking, right? And shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So right now it's being trodden down by the Gentiles. Who are the Gentiles? These so-called Ishers, true to the Ishers, these small hatters, 1948ers, right? And these Ishmaelites who proclaim themselves as Palestinians. They're nothing but Ishmaelites. None of them should be in the land. So we don't feel sorry for any of them. All right, none of them should be. It's not their land. We fell by the edge of the sword and they took it over. That's what happened. But this devil Esau, Edom, knowing his nature, he wants everything for himself. All right, he wants everything for himself. Going back into Book of Obadiah 1. All right, it says. Obadiah 1:1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom. right? Which these small hatters, these 1948ers, are Edomites of the tribe of Amalek, which, by the way, is the lead tribe of the nation of Esau, Edom. All right? It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Right? Who is that ambassador? I believe is Gamal Abdel Gamal Nasser, the former president of Egypt, who basically said, in it's a Times Magazine interview, that the Jews went away black and came back white, basically, and that's the reason why we'll never have peace in the Middle East, because these people pretending to be us. They're not us. They're not the true people of the Heavenly Father. Fair use. This video is only for educational purposes only. All right. It says, arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And this is why they have so much war in the Middle East. This is why all these countries are coming against these is to the Israelis. All right. Okay. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Yeah, everybody, even their own Edomites, despise them. Those small hatters. Right. The pride of thine heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that say in thy heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? These are real devils. Jump into verse 5. It says, if thieves came by to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Yeah, they stole the land. They created the Balfour Declaration in 1917, enacted it in 1948, came in there and slowly been displacing the Ishmaelites who were living in the land. And now they want to get rid of them altogether, because they want the whole thing. They want the whole land, right? As it says here in the scriptures, in Obadiah 1 and 5, would they not have stolen till they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes, which is according to the scriptures, leaving back some of the fruits on the tree for the poor, roughly paraphrasing. But they want everything, right? He's envious. Esau is envious of himself. All right, he steals lands, and he sees it by force. This is proven who this devil is. Micah 2 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity, that work evil upon their beds when they sit down on the round table. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And here, well, guess what? And they covet fields and take them by violence. This is why America and Israel takes it by violence. And houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man of his house, right? The whole land of Israel, right? Which are the Israelites, own so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Even a man and his heritage, right? Pretending to be us. Steal our heritage as what being the tribes of Israel. All right? This is what they do. All right? It says, therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which you shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. Yeah, it's gonna be, the Lord is gonna destroy them. All right. They change the ancient landmarks. They seek to change times and laws. All right. This is what this devil does. And now, they're looking to completely envelop and take over the whole land of the Lord. Ezekiel 36 verse 1. It says, also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. For thus saith the Lord power, behold, because the enemy hath said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession, right? The ancient high places going back into Jerusalem, Israel, the lands of Israel. So it belonged to them. They boasting. Just like in the Balfour Declaration, they boast. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord power, because they have made you desolate, and swallowed you up on every side, that you might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, which is what we read in Luke 21, right, and verse 24, right? It says, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, yeah, and are an infamy of the people, which go back into the curses. The scriptures say we will be a proverb and a byword, right? Ninja, spick, wetback, sambo, etc. All right, Indian, all these things are proverbs and bywords, proving that we are the people. It says, therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power. Thus saith the Lord power, into the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes. Because that land is cursed. The land of Israel is cursed because we are not in there. Because, it was cursed because of what we did, and we spewed out the land before our wickedness. All right? But the land is cursed. That's why they had something called the kibbutz, where they diverted water to irrigate the land and all sort of things to actually be able to grow stuff there. All right? It says to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Right? Said, therefore, thus saith, in fact, let me just close this and open it back. This app is giving some trouble. Salakia. Yeah, Ezekiel 36 and verse 5, it said, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea. You see what the Lord is calling out? Idumea, which is proven, that these men here, in fact, bear with me a moment here. Yeah, that's this devil. See Trump, it says the basically murderous spirit of Cain and the Holy Land. Which proven that they're Esau Edom, because Esau came of Cain. He had the same curse of leprosy. That's why they don't have pigment. That's why they lack pigment in the skin. All right. It says against all Idumea, which Idumea going to Edom. You see it in the NLT here. Right? Especially Edom, which have appointed my land into their possession. That's what they're doing again. By pushing out the so-called Palestinians and taking over the land. Right? With the joy of all their heart. Right? They want to make beachfront property. Right? With the spiteful minds to cast it out for prey as a plunder. All right? This is what they're doing. I had to understand that. All right? This is what they're doing. Okay? And that so-called that Balfour Declaration, in that agreement, they said they wouldn't, basically they wouldn't move the people. All right? Which is what Esau Edom, the devil, he's good at. He's good at breaking his covenants. According to Psalm, 55, verse 20? Yeah, it says, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant to us, the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Yeah, now he's doing it with the heathen too as well. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So with all the Balfour Declaration they talk about, they want to make a home for the Zionists and all this kind of talk. And that they wouldn't have said the people it's a damn lie. They pushed them out by the sword, which Esau's blessing was the sword when they go back to Genesis. I believe it's Genesis 27, if I'm not mistaken. All right, you use the sword. All right, so it proves that it's Esau Edom. But what they have to understand is that though they may break down and build, the Lord is going to take them down. This is Malachi 1 and verse 2. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. So the Lord don't like Trump and not a Jew. Netanyahu, not a Jew. All right? Lord don't like them. All right? He hates them, as a matter of fact, and says, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And this is what they intend to do in land of Palestine, to rebuild the desolate places. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build so they can build all your beachfront property, all your bullshit. Because guess what? I will throw down. Right? The Lord said he's going to throw them down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. Because that land of Israel is going to be utterly destroyed. It's going to be rebuilt because that's our land. But it's going to be completely destroyed by thermonuclear fire. All right? So the Lord is going to throw them down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai had indignation forever. Right? And this is the type man the Lord has indignation forever for. This guy here, and the other one you're going to see shortly.
Territory. What authority would allow you to do that? Are you talking about a permanent occupation there? Development, and this Prime Minister is
Look at this other devil here. Those are the men, you know, the nation that the Lord has indignation, righteous anger for forever. You know, and the Lord doesn't like them, and he's going to destroy them, he's going to throw them down. So they only have a finite time, you know, to do what they have to do before the Lord takes them out. All right, Job 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, days of Esau and his rulership, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So even though he think that, you know, or his inward thought is that his kingdom will continue forever, guess what, Esau? You know, you're through. Right? Your bounds, you know, your bounds, you can't pass your bounds. All right? So go ahead. You know, do your do. You just fulfilling prophecy and bringing the end quicker. All right? They're appointing the Lord's land into their possession. You know, but hey, the Lord is going to throw them down. They're going to build, but he's going to throw them down. All right? Till the next time, I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom. Wabad Babal.